Alright, good night everyone. This is, we're going to go through an RMI program that I made here. It's basically for an automotive business, and we're selling car parts, and we really want to show you just how lovely RMI is. Now, RMI stands for Remote Method Invocation. Basically, we have a client class and a server class, and what we're going to do is we're going to call a bunch of methods from the server class, which implements it from off of the server interface. So let's begin the video, and I'll show you what the program does. Right, so right off the bat we're going to go to the folder in which it's in, and we're going to open the command prompt window. Oh, beautiful. You can just see it right there. Okay, pan the camera, pan it. Right. Okay, so basically from this interface we're going to start first of all the RMI registry. So we're going to type that in. Start RMI registry, and a window should pop up. So this is basically show that the RMI registry has been started. Alright, so now we're going to start the server side now. So we're going to put in our window, we're going to put start Java and the name of our server, which is products server. Beautiful. And let's wonderful. And the window is a resi up. It's a resi up, so this means that the server is running, and this is what we want to see, right? So now that the registry is open, the server is up, we want to start the client. So we're going to start the client now. Oh, sorry. It starts like this: Java products client and localhost. Right, and when we click enter, we should, beautiful, look at that. It's the entire interface here. So these are the options that we get. Let's just get a full screen on that. Oops, never mind. So right, these are the options that we get. The first one is request the selling price, request to view the entire set of parts and all their prices, request to change the selling price, request to delete a part, request to calculate total profit, and of course the bonus, which is the special feature. So let's get into it. Right, so right off the bat I'm going to select the first one. We're going to go in a sequential order right now. Sequential, say it with me, sequential, absolutely spiffing. Alright, so we're going to go at 1, and basically they said to please enter product name. Now these are all car parts. You will see the names of the products, but I want to show you guys how it works. Okay, so for one I'm going to enter a product name, or a part I should say, and that will be the shocks. Quite shocking, if I may say. Alright, so here we have, I requested the product shocks, and I got the selling price of the shocks, right, as well as the execution time in nanoseconds. Now it may seem like a bit much because it's nano, but if you do the maths, it will work out to just about like 2 seconds, 3 for the most, but we're not that inefficient, so it shouldn't be more than 3. Alright, so let's go to the next one. So what we want to do is we want to start over the client again so that we get the interface back up. Beautiful. So we're going to part 2, and we're going to type in 2. And 2 said request to view the entire set of parts and all their prices. Now you get to see the beauty of the system. You're going to see the entire list. So they said please enter print full list. So at this point you can enter any string that you want to enter. Sorry about that, that's my finger. Alright, you can enter any string that you want to. I choose to enter print list, and when I click enter, beautiful, here's the entire list of parts. So now you get to see the muffler, the fender, the dashboard, the bumper, the chassis, the chassis, the headlight, the suspension, the shocks, the wiper, and even the trunk. I mean, we've even gotten the trunk. Okay, so now that we've gotten that one over with, let's go to number 3, which is request to change the selling price. So let's request to change the selling price. Let's start over the client again, and let's select 3 because we want to change the selling price, and please enter the product name as well as the new selling price. So what we're going to do is we're going to select a product from the list. So let's select the chassis, and the new selling price we're going to put, let's put a nice number like 2300. Never mind, we'll go 2400. That sounds a bit better. And there we go, the new price. I don't know if you can see this, but this is really amazing. It has changed. It is now 2400, where previously you would have seen that the chassis, it would have been 16 for the selling price. Absolutely spiffing. Alright, so we're going to go to the 4th option now. So let's start the client again, sorry. And 4th is to request to delete a part. So that means we're going to delete a part from the list so that it doesn't appear in the list anymore and it's no longer part of the list. So let's try it. Let's go for it. Please enter the product name you wish to delete. Okay, let's go with headlight. Although I don't suggest you delete the headlight because you can't see without the light. You get it? Okay. So right, so as you can see, I chose to delete headlight and said the product was found. The new list is as follows, and you realize that there are no headlights. We are in complete darkness here. Right, the headlight is completely gone, and I think it's rather beautiful. The code is really executing quite well, actually. Alright, let's speed things up a bit. So that was delete a part. Now we're going to go to the 5th option, which is to request to calculate the total profits. So let's do that. Please select total profit. Again, at this point you can enter any string that you so wish to type, but I prefer to write something meaningful than something that's rather useless in it. So total profit, and then we click enter. I think you have quite a profitable business, as that is your total profit right there. Absolutely amazing, and you get the execution time for each segment of code, which is quite brilliant, I must say. Alright, the moment we've all been waiting for. This is a special feature, and I just want to show you guys how it works. So let's start the client again. Now with this special feature, basically you enter the product. Now you know we all want to get a discount on things these days. Who doesn't, right? Well, I know for one, I do. So basically it enters you into a random draw, and this draw will either decide whether or not that you qualify for a discount or not, and depending on how high the number that is generated is, that is the discount you would get. Now remember, it's a chance, so you could qualify or you could fail. So let's hope that I get through. I feel the Jedi senses with this one. So let's go ahead. Welcome to the extra feature. Please input the name of a product to try to get a lucky discount on it. Beautiful. So let's try for the trunk, because I mean, why not, right? We like the trunk, you know. Let's get the trunk. Oh, sorry mate, you did not qualify for a discount on the selected item. Oh, that is really bad lucky. I really wish that we did get to see it, but I guess we didn't qualify this round. Hopefully someone who else tries the code, that they are able to qualify for it, because it's really a beautiful piece of code. And that is basically the end of the interface and the functions of this program. Now I just want to show you that it shows up on the various outputs, and I'll describe to you what each one is. The input file basically is the list of items the list of parts that we get to choose from. The output is generated based on all the responses that we have gotten as the user. As you can see, these are all the responses that we've gotten for each item on the list that we selected. And the only thing is that the list, it's stated in one line here, but if you put it in any other document, it will be an actual list, like going from top to bottom. But it's still in that order, so it's still working as it should. That really isn't much of a problem. So these are the outputs, and of course the performance states all the running times, the execution times, which is really brilliant. All in nanoseconds. So let's just look at the code and just bask in the magnificence of it. Yeah, so let's start with the product server interface. Now this is as it is, it's an interface, so it's like a level of abstraction, and it just defines the functions or the methods that we ought to implement within the product server implementation, right? So these are all the methods, the return types, and their arguments, right? So nothing really to see here, but this is the interface, so you know. This segment of code is just mainly responsible for getting the connection to the server up and running, and really we don't have to modify anything much in here. So let's go straight to the server implementation. This here, this beautiful piece of code, this magnificent code, is the server implementation. Now, if you could recall that I said previously that the product server interface states all the methods that we'll need to implement. These are the methods, and these are their implementations. These are their stories from top to bottom. I find it's rather interesting, you know, and it's all the implementation. So basically, when we're calling these methods in the client class, we're calling them from the server implementation, which by extension it references these methods from the interface. So really it is truly an RMI application. And as I say client, let's go to the client, right? And this is the client end of it, where basically a lot of the methods that were described within the implementation is being invoked here to carry out the various functions, and it's within the main. So everything is executed as it's supposed to, and the functions are called, and well, I think it's rather beautiful, and I did spend quite a lot of time on it, and it really was fruitful, and I'm quite grateful that it's all working. And last but not least is the products.java. Basically it states the actual, how to put it, it's the class for the products. It specifies the data structure of the product. Well, not really you could say it's a sort of data structure, but basically what a product constitutes of, like its cost price, its selling price. It's basically specifying the object attributes here, and yeah, so this is basically it, and these are their default methods as with any object class. Yeah, that should bring me to the end of everything, and I hope you really enjoyed the video and you got a lot from it. To be quite honest, I got a lot from it myself and I made the video so thank you very much for listening, and do have a nice one, and always remember, just continue being an awesome person, and coding is a way of life. This is all I have to say. Have a good one.